Now, Al Capone was an American gangster who attained notoriety during the prohibition era in the United States. Now, some of the stuff that belonged to him is up for auction, and his granddaughter hopes that this might help reflect the human side of one of America's most dreaded criminals. Take a look at our next report.
This is an auction like no other, and this stuff belongs not to a celebrity, but to a notorious gangster who is often remembered for the dreadful violence he unleashed in Chicago in the 1920s. Al Capone made his fortune as the boss of bootlegging during America's prohibition era. And though 7 decades have passed since his death, he is still remembered for his brutal violence and flamboyant lifestyle. 174 items that belong to Al Capone are now up for auction this week. His granddaughters feel that these items will help present the human side of a man who has otherwise been known as one of America's most wanted criminals.
I think the item that means the most to me is the letter that my grandfather wrote to my father when my grandfather was in Alcatraz. We always call my grandfather Papa, and Papa was sent to Alcatraz in 1934, and my dad was a young teenager and he was living in Florida, and Papa wrote a beautiful 3-page letter, and in that letter he refers to my dad as dearest son of my heart. Over and over again, he tells him how much he loves him and how much he misses him.
The items up for auction range from personal photographs to firearms to pocket watches and jewelry, as well as furniture and kitchenware. Al Capone's platinum and diamond pocket watch is listed for $50,000, while his favorite Colt 45 pistol is expected to fetch as much as $150,000.
The items that generate the most interest are the ones that you think of synonymous with a figure, a gangster figure like Al Capone. His guns and his fancy flamboyant jewelry. You know, if you go on the internet and you learn about Al Capone, you'll learn that almost every figure in mafia movie, book, is based on the model of Al Capone. That fancy dress and that jewelry.
Al Capone's granddaughters are getting old. It is this that has prompted their decision to sell Al Capone's memorabilia. They feel the world must know what Al Capone was really like in his personal life. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.